my name's Andrew, and in this video, I want to talk about a camera that I think is super underrated, and if I only had $1,000 to spend on a camera here in 2025, I'd be willing to argue that this is one of the best options. This is the Canon R7, and I've owned it for about 6 months now, and I can already see some comments of people saying that this isn't a sub $1,000 camera. This camera was released for about $1,500, but since then, it's dropped in price. And I can only see that price continuing to go down because there are rumors of the Canon R7 Mark II dropping this year. I feel like with a little research, you are going to find this camera for under $1,000. And at that price, I think you're getting a great quality camera. So in this video, I want to talk about the specifications and features and why I think it is a great option. All right, so let's talk about some of my favorite features of this camera, starting off with the camera body. The body feels really good in the hand. It's not too big or bulky. It has a flip out screen, an electronic viewfinder. The button dial layout feels really nice and natural. It has a dual SD card slot, which means that you're able to back up your footage. And it has Canon's bigger batteries, which means you're gonna have a longer battery life. And everything in combination makes a really nice premium package. This camera also has really good quality autofocus and subject tracking. It's very accurate, and that's great as a beginner or a professional, knowing that it's going to lock in on your subject and keep it in focus. And it's also able to track not only people, but animals and vehicles. Up next, this camera is able to take 15 frames per second mechanical or 30 frames per second electronic. So if you're going to be taking any photos of anything high speed action, whether that's sports or wildlife, this is going to be able to keep up with those high action moments. Up next, this camera does have a 32 megapixel APS-C sensor. And I can already see some people saying that full frame is so much better, don't get an APS-C sensor camera. But my argument is right now with Canon, you can't go wrong with the APS-C sensor because not only are these cameras a lot cheaper, but you are able to tap into the third-party lens options like Sigma or Tamron and able to get some really good quality lenses at a much cheaper price than the OEM Canon lenses. And while we're talking about this sensor, this does have in-body image stabilization, which is something you normally see on Canon's more premium cameras, but this one I believe is the cheapest camera with in-body image stabilization, and that's really important if you're going to be doing any handheld video work. Now let's talk about some video features. This camera is able to shoot in 10-bit 422 4K 60. It does have C-Log. You can shoot 120 frames per second at 1080p, and the record limit on this camera is over 30 minutes. Older cameras were only able to record up to 30 minutes and then it would shut off, but this one I believe can go up to 2 hours. And that's great for podcasts or longer form videos, interviews. And so as far as those video features, this camera definitely has a lot of great features. So with those features in mind, now I want to talk about some areas where I think this camera does exceptionally well. Number one is of course wildlife and sports photography. This camera was kind of originally marketed as a sports and wildlife camera because it has that APS-C sensor with in-body image stabilization, able to take, high frame rate photos. And if you are planning on getting into sports or wildlife photography or video, I think this camera is a great starter option. Number two, this camera is going to do a great job at portraits or street photography. Paired with a nice quality lens, you're going to be able to get some really high quality professional looking photos, whether that's portraits or street photography at that kind of medium range. I would recommend going with like the nifty 50 or the 24mm f1.4 lens. Number three, filmmaking. I've used this camera on some more professional shoots, and it's honestly been able to hold up really well with the quality that my clients are looking for. So if you are going to be doing filmmaking, you can rig this out. I actually have a full video of my filmmaking rig. And so there are some nice accessories that you can take advantage of this camera and turn it into a filmmaking rig, and it's done really well for me. And finally, travel. If you're going to be doing any vlogging or travel photography, this is a smaller camera in comparison to Canon's more professional cameras. I have, held those more professional cameras, and they are a bit bigger and less portable, but paired with some smaller lenses, this camera isn't too big. It's obviously not a compact point and shoot camera, but putting it in and out of a sling bag, it fits really nice, and it is portable, and it has of course all those features that make a good travel camera. So I think in those 4 areas, that kind of covers most of the bases, being able to take advantage of sports and wildlife photography or portraits or filmmaking or travel. This camera just does exceptionally well at all of those, and coming in at a package that's under $1,000 with all those mentioned specifications, I think is an absolute deal. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Let me know in the comment section below what you think is one of the best options for under $1,000. Personally, I feel like this package has everything I need and then some, so I'm able to grow into this camera. But of course, there's lots of options out there, and it's really hard to definitively say that there's one clear winner. So let me know what you guys' thoughts are in the comment section below. If this video was helpful, hit the like button, and if you want to see more videos about the Canon R7 or other budget gear, consider subscribing, and if you do, I'll catch you in the next video.